Joanne, I got that message from you yesterday about a nugget you picked up.
Yeah. Good morning,
Good
Valentus.
morning. What?
I done, yeah, I've done the looking for opportunity before. I've done it a bunch of things, but I did for opportunity and doing it that way. And there were thousands of people here. So again, like I said, every time I hop on here, there's a little something that you say or do that's a reminder or just kind of shifts your focus into a better place. So I'm always hopping on whenever I can, and appreciate everything you do for us.
Well, I have to tell you that it's one of the reasons why I do these because I boot camps and even in my coaching sessions, I see things. Every time I work with someone in a private session, I come away with information, something new, a new strategy, a new approach, and that's what is continuously responsible for our ever evolving content. You know, it. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing. If it was the same every month. But what's happening now is LinkedIn and Facebook are making so many changes, and it's impossible to keep up. So, um, let's see. We have one, two. We got three, four. We got. Looks like we have four people here that are in my coaching program, and maybe five. And the rest of you, are students. You've been in boot camp, but I just got to tell you what's coming. And it all comes back down to basics. Now, not only am I putting together our new content for our upcoming boot camp that starts on Thursday, but um, I'm also starting to work on content for our upcoming Top Earner Retreat, which is taking place at the end of August. And one of the things I'm really excited to share with everybody is a new source for finding what's going on in the industry, especially companies that are either in trouble or about to get into trouble. And it's amazing. And in fact, there's a company that I've often wondered, how are these guys able to do what they do for as long as they've been doing it? And now the fur's starting to fly. And it's not a bad idea to start, connecting with people, in these companies that at one point in time or another, are going to crash. Now, just getting back to basics for a minute, there are 3 steps to becoming successful at anything. One, get mentored by someone who has already achieved the results you want. Two, find out the exact steps you need to take. And three, take immediate action. So yesterday, if you got on our webinars, we broadcast them on Facebook because I needed to catch up on some of the new features, some of the new elements. I was blown away. And we're also, because experiencing it myself, I am now in a position to go back and share with all of you how to do it, save you time. Same thing now with LinkedIn, same thing with YouTube. Things are changing. With a blink of an eye, they change. So, I do these Ask Max sessions to discover what's holding you back. What is preventing you from reaching your goal, whatever it is? If you're not having conversations every day with 5 to 10 people, you're missing the boat. But more important than that, what you have to ask yourself is what I'm doing working? And ask yourself, how many people did you sign up in your business last month? As a matter of fact, let's go back to the first half of the year, because we're in the second quarter. It's only the first week of the second half of the year. So how many people did you sign up in your business in January? How many people did you, now you've got customers and you got business builders. So you have to ask yourself, how many customers did you bring into your business in January that are still your customers? How many people did you enroll as business builders in January, February, and March, first quarter, that are still in your business today? And what have they done? As a matter of fact, you could say the same thing or ask the same question. How many customers you get in the first quarter of the year that are still your customers? How many of them have done anything from the standpoint of building the business? So many people, so many network marketers are just atrocious in the way and the things that they're doing on LinkedIn. That LinkedIn, and I've seen it before, is taking extraordinary steps to protect the LinkedIn user. So we have these Ask Max sessions for you to ask me questions. So Peggy writes, I'm looking for the right script regarding a young man who was laid off. Well, Peggy, it doesn't matter. The man was laid off. Well, it's the basic script. How long ago was he laid off? What is he currently doing? Whether he's got COVID or whether the business closed, it's all the same. It's all the same. You want to find out enough about the other person. That's it. What do they do? What are they doing now? Now, today. Because remember, people don't put on their profile everything that they do. Now, LinkedIn and Facebook have made radical changes to where their sites are working. Again, it's almost like every 2 weeks they're doing something new. And these changes can kill your business. I'm watching it happen. Kill your business, and in some cases, drive you crazy. But it doesn't have to be that way. You see, there are new recruiting texting tactics for both Facebook and LinkedIn that are producing not just immediate results, but they're putting people in a position where they can introduce their business. You're not on Facebook or LinkedIn to sell. You're on Facebook or LinkedIn to see if there's an opportunity to sell, as opposed to other people in your company that are doing some ridiculous things. You see, because you can connect with professional prospects and close more sales faster and have fun doing it. You know, you ask a question, you ask somebody, what do they do? They're going to come back and ask you what you do. How long have you been on LinkedIn? They're going to tell you. They're going to come back, and then they're going to ask you, how long have you been on LinkedIn? And the more you do this, I mean, it's kind of like you know in advance what people are going to say. You ask a question, they answer it the way you anticipate. You make a comment, you send them another question, and you step by step learn enough about them to determine, are they candidates for your business? Is there an opportunity to show them the business? This nonsense that's floating around for years about you have to go through 100 no's to get a yes. Sales is a numbers game. Yes, sales is a numbers game, but not the way some of you have been taught. No, you don't have to go through 100 no's. Go for no. Every time you get a no, you should feel good about it. Baloney. How about going for yes? How about asking 4 or 5 questions and learning enough about the person to know whether you even want to bring up the business? Instead of getting 1 out of 100, how about getting 1 out of 10? You see, you know in advance who you want to talk to. And by one simple answer, you can quickly determine who you want to ignore. Nope, this person's not a candidate for your business. So Michael's got a conversation going on. All right. So we've got a comment here. How long have you been on LinkedIn? How's it working for you? A person replied to me, how are these questions relevant? Hello? You're relevant to what? Okay? You ask questions to learn about the other person. The more you know about the person that you're talking to, then it's easier to see who you want to talk to. Okay, so he's a CA, and this is what he replied. Okay. I ask questions to learn more about a person. That's all. How's LinkedIn working for you? It's not relevant. Of course it's relevant. You don't think it's relevant to you? Okay. You know, you get these types of questions, and again, I'm just going to come over to the scripts book. It's in there. The reason, okay, whoops. When they say, why are you asking me so many questions? I made some fabulous new friends on here, found the best way to learn about someone is to ask questions. Same thing when they say, well, can't you see it's on my profile? Again, same thing. I made some fabulous new friends, found the best way to learn about someone is to ask questions, and then we add a little. Found that most people I talk to haven't updated the information on their profile, so now I ask. So what do you do? Or if necessarily, what did you do before you got into what you're doing? Now, what I'm really excited about is we've added some new elements. Instead of 12 questions, there are now 16 questions. And we've got 8 LinkedIn actions that you can start conversations with and 11 Facebook actions. And then we have down here new scripts. We have so much in common for someone that has negative experience with network marketing. We have so much in common for someone that doesn't know anything about network marketing and how to show another network marketer your business. And the we have so much in common script actually is an evolution from when a prospect says, I've been approached by many people. So this information changes all the time. Communicate with your prospects, your hot prospects, at your convenience. You know, you're waiting to pick someone up. You got to wait 10, 15 minutes. Pop on your phone. You got a break between appointments. Pop on your phone, see what's there. At the end of the day, if you're serious about building your business, you got to talk to people, period. And texting is going to give you plenty of time to think about, what do I want to say? What's the next question? You know, when you've been doing this for a while, you find yourself going, well, what would Max say? And all you have to do, if you can't think of the next question, is just go scroll up, look at the last response that you got, and it's right there for you. You're learning to dance. And this whole process will become addicting as you get more into the whole process. And it's fun. Now, there are brand new LinkedIn video features that are going to triple your business. Now, yesterday we did a Facebook Live in conjunction with our Ask Max session. And probably going to wait until boot camp starts, and then we're going to do one of those on LinkedIn. We're going to show you some things. Again, let's go back and ask yourself this question. How'd you do in the first half? How many people, how many business builders did you bring into your business in the first quarter? Are they still there? What have they done? How about the second quarter? What have they done? Are they still with you? Network marketing has earned a terrible reputation because of the tremendous amount of attrition. Starting off with, first folks, leads are free. Okay, you don't have to buy leads. You got 2.74 billion active users on Facebook. You've got 772 million professional users on LinkedIn. There is an overabundance of people for you to talk to. If you're not talking to 10 people every day, don't tell me you're serious about building your business. Just don't tell me. During every one of these sessions, I'll bring up someone's profile that was in a boot camp a year ago or 2 years ago. And I can just look at their profile and see they haven't done anything. Well, you know, look, there are a lot of people that got into network marketing for all kinds of different reasons. And, you know, just like a lot of people buy self-help books and they put them on the shelf because it looks nice with all the other self-help books, but they don't read them. They don't open them up. When I show you some of the things that people in your company are doing, not to mention other network marketers in your industry that are popping on LinkedIn and boom. I mean, they don't care. They don't care. I read I was talking to somebody the other day who shared with me, there's a leader, you know, who blatantly says, hey, go reach out to 300 people a day on one of these sites. And you keep doing it until they cancel you. And then open up another account, do it again, do it again. Some will, some won't. So what next? It's not the way it works. It's not the way it works. By just looking at a picture, you can pick out the people that have a high probability that they'd be interested in your business. In some cases, it's almost a sure thing. Identify in advance who you want to talk to. And then ask a few casual questions and you're golden. For years, I've used that example of the big bowl of candy and nuts. And I'm sorry to say that the nuts are coming over to LinkedIn. But anytime you want, you could reach into that bowl of candy. Because everyone created a profile for a reason. And it's easy to pick out the people that you want to talk to because everyone's got a recognizable reason and an agenda. You could pick out the people that are selling things. You could pick out the people that are making big mistakes. Pick out the people that would be great for your business. They're looking for a business. Pick out the people who are happy network marketers, but they're happy because they love their products. They're not happy because they're not making any money, but they love the products. In our scripts book, we have that example of a student who's talking to a person who is looking for a job. Comes out in the conversation that they're also a network marketer. Been in a company for 3 years, they've made money, but after the conversation, they admit that the initial reason they got into network marketing was because they wanted to make enough money so they could quit their jobs, and that was never going to happen in the business they're in. And now they're looking at his business. Customers, unhappy network marketers. I got to tell you, this new lead source for tapping into the companies that are in trouble, companies that are pre-bankruptcy or pre-getting shut down by the Federal Trade Commission, it's worth its weight in gold. And finally, affiliate or internet marketers who are struggling to make money on the internet, and when you show them how easy it is to build your business, no, you don't need a blog. No, you don't need capture pages. No, you don't need traffic. You don't need a website. You don't need any of that stuff. You bring those people over to the business, to your business, and they've got already a circle of influence. LinkedIn and Facebook are two big bowls of candy. They are online gold mines of prospects that you can reach into any time from any place and pull out the candy of your choice. Anytime. Green M&Ms, yellow M&Ms, blue M&Ms. Only today, LinkedIn is better than Facebook. So, 772 million professional users on LinkedIn, and unfortunately, it's no longer a secret. LinkedIn has become Facebook for professionals. You can use it for free. And now they've added these new video features that are going to do so much for your business. It's going to become your favorite social network, I'm telling you. If you're not on it, you better get over there. Now, there are new income exploding steps that'll get you to the top of your business on LinkedIn and Facebook faster than ever before. Remember, we initially had 6 steps on LinkedIn, 6 steps on Facebook, and now we've got more. We've got more. But at the end of the day, it's always going to come down to conversation. Now, here's some bad news. LinkedIn, it's not surprising, is raising the price of Sales Navigator. Instead of $79 a month after the free trial, it's going to cost you $99 a month. It's $100. Now, they don't necessarily respond to your initial connection message, and they don't necessarily respond to the second message. No. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump out of my account. And by the way, folks, the feature that is really behind one of their major changes is right down here, creator mode. Creator mode. Grow your audience and get discovered. And when you go to creator mode, you literally turn your connect button off and you turn the follow me button on. But you don't have to do that. So we're going to log out of my account. And we're going to pop into Michael's. And Michael is talking to Mark. Mark right here. Okay. So let's look and see who you're talking to. Open to sales and marketing opportunities. How hard is it to find somebody that is open for an opportunity? Somebody that is looking for work. Okay? How hard is it? Unless you're, even if you were colorblind, you could still see open to work. Remember, every day, new people are joining LinkedIn. So we'll pop down here. Open to program director, associate sales and marketing specialist, account executive roles. And so you come down here, you see, boy, he's active. And he was a program director for this company. He stopped working last October. Sold advertising. So he graduated from college in 1994. 7 years later, he's selling advertising for the newspapers. Then he moves up to sales in another area. He sold advertising for the newspaper for 17 years. Why'd he leave? Good question. So now he goes from management, now he's back into sales. Sales. So for a very, very short period of time, he went from business development to program director. That didn't last long. And now he's looking for work. So let's see here. You reached out to him. You asked the question, how long have you been on LinkedIn? How's it working for you? 10 plus years. And he says, I've actually been hit on or more likely solicited by women. Okay? And so we're following the scripts. What have you been doing for work since you left share cares. All right, so he looked for work diligently at first. Remember, the answers that you get possess the seeds for your next question. So take it sentence by sentence. I look for work diligently. What kind of work are you looking for? What kind of work were you looking for? And you're talking to an eager socializer when they give you all this information. Dad had a brain surgery. Doing pretty good. Okay, so he started looking again and have a second interview Thursday for a commercial business development position at a property restoration company. Well, a good question to ask. The man's been out of work since October. So one question would be, what? You've been out of work for a long time. How are you surviving financially? Okay? Because people, will not put on the profile that they're a waitress or a waiter or they're driving an Uber on their profile. So first, sorry to hear about your situation. Glad your father is doing much better. Okay, just to acknowledge it. But we don't want to get into a conversation about health. So the question is December, January, February, March, April, May, June. 9 months. Stop working. How have you been surviving financially? Now, you might say, that's a pretty nervy question, but the truth is, he's giving you all these details on, his father's health, one question at a time. Started looking again, and I got a second interview. Okay? So, really, you only want to ask one question. Don't be in a hurry. Don't say, wow, so what kind of job are you looking for? Let's just hit him with that. Now, at the same time, you're doing that. Okay? What you want to do is go over on the internet, motivational quotes. about dreams. And then go to the images, scroll down, and to those, this is the one you're looking for. Now, have you ever noticed that sometimes people are posting things and the images are fuzzy? That's because they're going over here and they're just copying what they see, and then they're coming back. Whoops. And I'm gonna, and they just copy it. Okay, now this one is, if you blew it up, it would be fuzzy. So what you do, when you see them here, click on it once. This is crisp. This is clear. Copy it from here. Don't just pull it off the list. You go back, paste that one in there. Look at the difference. This versus this. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we're going to take that and we're going to pop that in there. This is the way it works. Okay, now Suzanne is concerned that let's go over here. No, Suzanne, it's on. Okay, you don't see it. We turned it on in our first, in our when we did your settings. You do not see that you're online. Everybody else that looks at your profile sees it. All right. So I'm going to let me come back over here. So what LinkedIn is doing, because more and more people are joining LinkedIn, and what they're doing is they're encouraging everybody to follow people. You want to send Nikki, you want to connect with Nikki, but you don't see the connect button. Connect or message. They want you to message. So you go to the back door, the More tab, come down here and click Connect. Now, again, you have unlimited access to people. You can be talking to people every day. If you're not, well, listen, this is a business that's easy to do, and it's a business that's easy not to do. Jeanette has been in the salon business for over 20 years. She owns a salon, building a Jeunesse business. So she can pop on LinkedIn and reach out to salon owners. She could reach out to estheticians. She could reach out to makeup artists all day long. That's her niche. So after 2 coaching sessions, she sends me, I love this. I'm signing someone up into my business in Cambodia. She's in the United States, who's bringing in 2 of her friends at the same time. Also have someone in South Africa and Germany. I also closed someone in the United States. 7 people in her business, 6 others ready to go in 2 weeks, because she is selectively connecting with people that she knows in advance would be interested in what she's doing. That's the power of these social networks. There's a story behind every story. Everybody wants to know how she's the best recruiter in her group. She's not telling anybody. Carol, network marketing for 15 years. finally realizes that the company she's in, she doesn't have an upline support. She doesn't have any online tools like the company, but she wanted to make money. So she joins another company. Her first month, she rank advances. She reached out, she's talking to 20 people a day. The last 6 days of the month, she gave 10 presentations and she enrolled 8. 8 out of 10. So for those of you that are thinking, 100 no's to get a yes, God, boy, somebody is pulling the wool over your eyes. And she's using LinkedIn. The more selective you are about who you talk to, the more successful you're going to be. Joanne, we just heard from Joanne. She doubled her income. First month we started working together. Second month it tripled. Joanne has so much confidence now. She's on her way to the top of her company. She also sells life insurance. So she started to use the same principles. Okay? And what happened? Her insurance business is going up. And all of a sudden, the insurance company's got her training other agents on how to use LinkedIn. She did 3 sessions and they paid her $5,000. You know, ever since the first days that I started teaching this, most of the people that I worked with were all doing it part-time. And when they discovered they could apply what they're doing to their full-time job, it was a bonanza. I know some of you may have, I think some of you may have talked to Joel. The guy's been selling for years. He knows how to sell. He jumped into my coaching program because he says, I don't know how to use LinkedIn. I have no idea. I don't know how to use social media. Now, we'll teach you all of that in our boot camp. Joel wanted to go fast. You all move at your own rate. In his first month, he signed up 18 people. He knew how to sell. He knew the types of people he was looking for. He just needed to be able to navigate around LinkedIn. So Joel comes back a year later, and now he's in the insurance business. He told the people when he joined their company that he was going to get 100 agents before the end of the year. 100. That's 50 a month. Started in November. So he jumped into coaching with me again. Why? Because he wanted to go fast. And, literally within a few days, he sends me this. We're having so much fun with this that Phyllis and I don't want to sleep. Now, he's not doing this 2 or 3 hours a day. I mean, he's hitting it hard. He's doing 14 hours a day. They're picking out the agents that they know in advance would be interested in what they're doing. And the people that they're bringing into their business are all making money too. And then I hear from them on New Year's Eve. He reaches a goal. 100 agents. It's a numbers game, yes. If you talk to 20 people a day, if you talk to 100 people a week, well, you think you'd get one. I mean, sales statistics say you'll get one. But we're seeing folks that are getting 3 and 4. But then you got to work with them. You got to train them. Todd, 20 years in network marketing. Been through every kind of course imaginable. Spending a lot of money on gurus. For those of you that are working with a guru, ask yourself this question. How's that working for you? It's nice to learn things, for sure. And there are people out there teaching all kinds of interesting things, but the bottom line is, are you talking to people? are you enrolling people into your business? He was reaching out to 30 people a day, and he enrolled a business builder, and he made 3 solid appointments with seasoned, experienced network marketers, and he sent me that later in the day. He enrolled all 3 of them into his business. And, Francisco, last year starts working again in network marketing. I worked with him back in the AOL days. Jumps back into the business and starts to enroll. In December, he enrolled 2 whales, 2 seasoned network marketers. Those 2 whales in December brought in 3 more. So by the end of the year, he had 5. March, he reaches back to me and says those 5 whales have turned into 10. And in May, those 10 whales are up to 16 whales. So at the end of June, he says, Max, my team has grown from 200 people in November to 2,000 people in June. Marissa, over Christmas, enrolls 13 people in 10 days. How did she do that? Well, she used to be an eBay store owner and seller. How'd she do it? She went on to LinkedIn, eBay store. You have roughly 47,000 eBay store owners. Or we could go eBay seller. Whoops. Showing results for eBay sellers is 26,000. These are the people she talked to. She knows how hard it is to make money working with eBay. Okay? Okay, now, I'm going to pop out of Michael's account. And let me unmute Suzanne. Whoops. Suzanne, what's the email address we use for LinkedIn?
Sparkling Gems.
Okay. Okay, so your connections are starting to grow. And we're going to come over here to the messages. And who's the person that made that comment?
Marie.
Marie. Right here.
I have 2 or 3 people connected to me with that message.
Okay. So, well, that's M-A-R.
Marie, sorry. I just saw her name.
Okay, so here it is. It's Dawn.
Dawn, yes.
Okay. So she says, I'm happy to connect, and when time permits, I'd be curious to learn more about what is interesting to you about my profile. Okay. So we bring up her profile. So she's offering experimental learning opportunities to current and future healthcare providers. Now, number one, she's not looking for, it doesn't show that she's looking for an opportunity. She's working, she's got a job. So we come down here, so she is the director of clinical health. She's been doing it for 6 months. Consultant, independent contractor. Okay. So at the end of the day, the bottom line is she's not looking for an opportunity. That doesn't mean that she couldn't be a good candidate for your business. And what was it about her that attracted you in the first place?
She talked about maximize priority, just her characters.
Okay. So basically, what you have to do is you have to answer a question. So she is the director of clinical health for this company. And now notice that when you look at this, you know, one of the questions you always want to ask somebody is, what do you do? Why would you ask that question? Because what does she do? According to this, she's the director of clinical health for Cognito. And while she's doing that, she's also a mentor for Everwise. On top of that, she is an advisor and a consultant for organizations and entrepreneurs. Okay? So we're going to come back here when time permits. I'd be curious to learn more about what is interesting to you about my profile. Okay, so she's active now. So we could come back and we could say, now, remember, we have the icebreaker, which is how long have you been on LinkedIn? How's it working for you? So I'm happy to connect. So you're going to write back here and you're going to say it's I don't want to use happy. Well, we could. I'm happy that connected. All right. So we could say, thank her. I'm happy that we're connected. I've made many great new friends on here recently. Now we could say, relatively new to LinkedIn and have made many great new friends recently. Now, let's answer her question. I was initially attracted, or let's look at her profile. Courage is contagious. So initially, I loved your cover about courage being contagious. Now, and when I read all of the things that you've accomplished in your career, now, and was impressed with all of the things that you've accomplished in your career. Okay, now, go back over to a profile. Offering experimental learning opportunities to current and future healthcare providers. And so we come down here and she advises entrepreneurs. Okay, so this was the part that really did it for you. Okay, so we come back. Okay, so we're going to say here, the icing on the cake was when I read that you, and we'll use her words,
offering mentor.
Now, what we're also going to do is we're going to put some spacing between this. And we'll paste that in there. That you offered mentorship that you mentored, let's just go with mentored. And consulted with entrepreneurs who were interested in building businesses with clear building businesses on social media I'd reach out. So now what we're going to do, what does your, or so what do you do, or what is your, go back to a profile, what all right? So you find something on their profile to start the conversation. Now, you also want to have an end in mind. The end in mind being what prompted her to get into this line of work, what kind of entrepreneurs does she work with, and, has she ever worked with any entrepreneurs that are involved with network marketing? Okay, so what we do is, now she's active, and I'd be willing to bet you within the next 60 minutes she's going to write back. And if she does write back, send me a message, and we'll help you, work your way through this. Okay?
Right.
So now, as far as the rest of you are concerned, there are millions of people on Facebook and LinkedIn waiting to talk to you. Okay? Millions. And I'm just going to end this by sharing with you search results. These are people are looking for opportunities under these keywords. It's all about keywords. For those of you that have our scripts book, we have updated them a bit. We've added how to connect with people that have large circles of influence. Look at these numbers. We're going to go over this in our upcoming boot camp. Physicians and various other keywords. These people have the highest burnout rate. Nurses. And you could talk to any of these people. Social workers, we've added additional keywords in that area. Teachers, look at the breakdown. School principals, attorneys, police officers, public accountants, people in fast food, people in retail. We're actually going to be expanding this for everybody that's participating in boot camp, as well as other key words. Now, I encourage all of you, if you haven't registered for my July boot camp, go to maxsteingart.com/bootcamp and register. Use the promo code FREEDOM. And we'll help you once and for all master social media. For those of you that aspire to be top earners in network marketing and learn about the industry, register for our top earner retreat at the end of the summer. Get a seat in boot camp, get our 90-day game plan, as well as a seat in the retreat. The 90-day game plan will show you how we split 3 days. We split 90 days into 3 30-day plans. And then we're going to teach you the steps to training and building a team of network marketers. Preparation, pre-launch, launch, and event. I'll be back at 4 o'clock. Tonight at 9 o'clock, we have another special broadcast. Second half of the year has started. How'd you do in the first half? More importantly, follow some of the things that we're teaching you, and some of you are going to double, triple the business. But it's time to step back and just analyze. How'd you do? How many people that you brought into your business in the first quarter are still with you? How many people that you brought into your business in the second quarter are still with you? So, until next time, best of luck in building your business. God bless. And remember this: 3 steps to becoming successful. Actually, it's 4. Create a page, connect with people, communicate with them, close them. You want to find somebody that's already done it. You want to go fast? I'm your guy.